Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today we are making one of my absolute favorite desserts. We're making some vanilla ice cream, but there is a twist. It is super high in protein and it's low carb. So if you're on a low carb diet, if you're just trying to hit your macros, like your protein macros, whether you're on a weight loss journey or just trying to eat better for you versions of some of your favorite foods, okay? So that is one of the things that has helped me throughout the years because I've actually been maintaining my weight now for over 15 years. And this is one of the ways that I have been able to maintain my weight by still being able to enjoy some of my favorite foods like ice cream, like pizza, like mac and cheese, like, you know what I mean? A lot of times when you start a diet or when you're trying to lose weight, then you start thinking like, oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to eat some of these foods, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, today we are gonna make it very, very simple. You probably have these ingredients in your fridge, which is some cottage cheese. This little guy right here is some homemade condensed milk. Very, very easy though. It is made with some heavy cream. I haven't actually tried making a dairy-free version in a really long time, but it's definitely possible. I've made a dairy-free version. I actually have a video that I can leave linked for you in the description. And then we also have some vanilla. So that is it. We are gonna blend this together. I'm gonna show you how easy the process is because I feel like a lot of times we're intimidated by some of these recipes when they are literally the easiest thing and then you can make it back to back to back. So we are making vanilla. Vanilla is actually my favorite flavor of ice cream. I know, plain Jane, but I just love it. And this is going to be super, super creamy, super rich, and 14 grams of protein per half cup. So every half cup of ice cream that we have is 14 grams of protein. Like, are you kidding me? So this is a very much a better for you version that you can have while you are trying to reach your goals. Summer is here. We want to be feeling nice and light and fresh. And so you can definitely make this recipe and still feel your absolute best. You're not going to get the crash. You're not going to feel bloated. You're not going to spike your insulin and glucose. And on top of that, it is super nutritious. So anyway, all you're going to need is any brand. This is obviously a good brand, but you can get any brand from your local store. You just want some cottage cheese. I got the 4%. You can even make it with the 0 fat. Then obviously my homemade condensed milk. I will leave this recipe linked. It is so easy. Add it to your coffee. You can add it to desserts. It is so delicious. So I'll leave this linked as well. And then you just want a high quality vanilla. Any vanilla will work. But because it is very minimal ingredients, you do want to get a vanilla that's gonna taste really, really good because it is basically the flavor of this entire recipe, right? So everything else is like, here's a sweetness, there's a creaminess, but that's the actual flavor. But you could add strawberries to this. You could add, I mean, what are some of the most popular? I would say like strawberry, chocolate. If I did like a chocolate version, I would probably add a few more things. Let me know if you want me to make a chocolate version that is nice and creamy and decadent. We could definitely get that, get that put together. But this is like a vanilla, so I feel like you can do add-ins. So you can add in fruit, you can add in like nuts, you can add in caramel, peanut butter. Like there are so many things that you can do with this. So we're just making the base today, okay? So we're gonna get all of this put together now. This is a dessert that I wanna have this evening. So I think it should be ready in about a couple of hours. It really just depends on like your freezer. I'm gonna take my supplement really, really quickly. I should have done this before I got started, but I've been taking these saffron supplements that have been working really, really well. I used to take energy drinks like every single afternoon just to give me like a midday pick-me-up. If you've heard of saffron, saffron is like a super natural herb. And it's actually like a spice. So these are like saffron pills. They have vitamin B6, magnesium, rhodiola root. It has the saffron and it helps with energy. It helps with your mood. It helps like with ADHD, with sleep. Like it just has so many different benefits. And I just love that it's natural. So I just take my little pill. I take one in the morning and then sometimes one in the evening or like afternoonish, just to kind of carry me on the rest of the day. But just gonna take that really quickly. And either way, I will leave these linked. And I actually have a discount code that you can use as well. It's LOVE15 and it gets you 15% off on your order. But if you are someone that is relying on caffeine just to kind of get through the day, you have like, I don't want to say like in a funk, but where you just kind of feel like not yourself, maybe you're not sleeping well, saffron is a great herb. So some people make teas. This one is a capsule. It's super, super easy. You can take both together or take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and it just keeps you like with like very steady, consistent energy throughout the day. Your mood, everything just feels like, you just feel like you're in a good place. So I love that. Either way, I'll leave that link for you in the description below. It is a very great, just like the fact that it's natural and stuff, it's a great supplement. But okay, so we have our cottage cheese. We're gonna toss this baby right into our blender. And you can make smaller portions. I always have people here at my house. And so this is just, it's gonna be what I bring out for dessert after dinner. And then we are going to sweeten it with the homemade condensed milk. Just gonna eyeball it, but I'll put an exact recipe for you. Then we have our Madagascar vanilla, little, boop. You don't need much. The stuff is very, very strong. Like it's definitely going, you can taste the flavor. And then, I know it's always weird to add salt to something sweet, but it enhances the flavor, so don't skimp out on that. Okay, so we have our cottage cheese, we have our condensed milk, and then we have our vanilla flavor. So you could definitely add the, you know, any type of like mix-ins that you want. What I would do is make the base and then add your mix-ins once it's done. So you can add like fresh strawberries or berries, or even go like chocolate peanut butter. That could all work really, really well. So that's the extent of making a high protein ice cream. And let's blend. Okay, so blended this. This thing is so powerful. It was literally making the liquid turn warm. My Vitamix does that too. But okay, so I'm just gonna put it into this little baking, what is it, like a bread pan? You can put it into a Pyrex, you can put it into a silicone mold, like whatever you have. And I wanna show you what it's looking like. Okay, so it looks pretty liquidy, right? So this is what we're going to do. This is going straight into the freezer because I want this for dinner. So this dessert is for dinner. It's going to take a few hours in the freezer, and we are going to mix throughout the process. So it is a little bit of a project, but it's 100% worth it. It turns out nice and creamy and decadent, and you're getting a super high protein ice cream, right? But you are gonna have to mix so it doesn't freeze solid, okay? Because obviously nobody wants a, you know, like a super solid block of creaminess. So we're gonna mix, and then I'm gonna show you, it's probably gonna take, low key, it's gonna take about 4.5 hours. So this is one of those desserts that you wanna make like, okay, I'm gonna have this for lunch, so you wanna make it like early in the morning, or I know I'm gonna start to crave this at night, so you make it, you know what I mean? Like you wanna give yourself that time. If you're not someone, if you're like, no, I guess you would still have to wait, because have you heard of the Ninja Creamy? I have it. But that one, you actually have to wait 24 hours. So it's like a whole thing. But this one, anyway, I think it's done pretty quickly. It's about 4.5 hours. It's gonna go into the fridge. I'll kind of walk you through the process so you can see. We're gonna give it a couple mixes, and then once it's done, you can add whatever you want to it. You can add the strawberries, you can add the peanuts and the caramel sauce and the, you know, however you love your ice cream, that's how you're gonna eat it. So let's get this in. I'm gonna put this into the freezer. I'm actually gonna cover it. Look at this. I'm gonna cover it with this little guy right here. These look like the covers that I have here to put over our shoes. Okay, so that is it. This is going into the freezer, and we'll check it in about an hour. All right, moment of truth. I feel like this was a little, I've like waited all day. This is like, I had to be patient. I had to practice patience here. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. You can see it looks nice and creamy. I actually only mixed it once. I should have probably mixed it twice. But let's see. Let's try to get into this guy and see the texture, okay? Okay, I'm not mad at that texture. Look at this. So it's almost like, think of like gelato consistency and texture. So I could probably leave it a little longer. The thing with recipes like this is that you have to keep an eye on it or else it will over freeze and you'll have to let it sit out. You know what I mean? And I'm very impatient, so I don't want that. But look at that. You get a nice scoop there. Wow, okay. Ooh. Let's just do really, I feel like this is one of those desserts you're gonna have to eat like, you know, like you're gonna serve and eat. Like, I mean, just like any ice cream though, right? Oh, literally tastes like gelato. The consistency is gelato. Like, it is so thick and creamy. Like, you can almost, oh my gosh, you can almost bite it. Like, so rich, so creamy. Okay, I'm gonna be making this all summer. No joke. Like, I'm gonna have to control myself. Okay. And then you can add whatever you want. You can add some strawberries. I even bought some chocolate. I was thinking of doing like some chocolate shavings. This right here is definitely it. You get a high protein ice cream. It's super creamy. This ice cream literally tastes like gelato. If you love ice cream, if you are a fan of a creamy, think Haagen-Dazs, like if you love that type of ice cream, you have to make this recipe. It is thick, it is creamy, it is decadent, and on top of that, it's full of protein. So I'm gonna leave a recipe for you, detailed recipe, so that you can follow it, make this ice cream all summer long. You are going to be able to hit your protein goals. You're gonna stay on track and still enjoy dessert. So I cannot wait to hear what you think of this. Let me know what you're adding. Let me know any tweaks that you make. But there you go. You have a high protein ice cream that tastes delicious and still keeps you on track. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends and family, whether they're on a weight loss journey, maybe they're just trying to make healthier choices in their life. Recipes like this can be super, super helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.